Hello again, class. Hopefully, again, you are still staying safe, taking care of one another, finding something active to do. So, if you can do that, I think you'll feel a little bit better. This is lesson 13.6. It is on writing equations in slope-intercept form. We will not be doing lesson 13.7 on point-slope form, so this will be the last lesson in chapter 13. So just a reminder, find the slope of a line. We've got rise over run. We need to find a couple points. I see a point here. I also see a point here that it connects. So I can go up 1, 2, over 1, 2, 3. It's to the left, so that would be -3. So I got -2/3. Or I can go down 2 and then over 3. So that one again, our slope should be -2/3. I see a point here. And it looks like I got a point here as well, so I can go up 1, 2, over 1, so it looks like we're going to have 2. If I chose this point and this point, I would go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, over 1, 2, 3. 6 divided by 3 will give us our answer of 2. Our essential question today is, how can you write an equation of a line when you are given the slope and the y-intercept? In our first example, if we have this, we can write an equation of the line in slope-intercept form. So you can see that we've got -3/2 would be that. One of the other ways that we talked about finding slope was y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And again, I can substitute in any of these for y or x. They did it this way. So we've got -3 over 2. There's that slope, which is what we said. So it's down 3 over 2. That's -2/3. Where's the y-intercept? Where does it cross? It crosses right here at 5. So we know that this is 0, 5. So our problem of writing the equation in slope-intercept form is y equals -3/2x plus 5. Likewise, we can do the same thing with this problem. We know that the slope is up 5 over 3, so we know it's going to be 5/3. Again, you can also substitute numbers in for these. You can see that they took -3 minus 2, 0 minus 3, so that gives us -5 over -3, which is 5/3, which is what we said, up 5 over 3. Where does it cross the y-axis? Here's where it crosses, so that is at -3. So our equation then will be y equals 5/3 x plus -3 or -3 for that. In these two examples, we can do the same thing. In this first one, we know that the slope is up 2 over 1, so that's going to be 2 for the slope. So we've got y equals 2x. It crosses at 2, so we've got y equals 2x plus 2. Over here, you can see the answer now. How did they get that? They went down 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1, 2, 3. So going down is -4, to the right is +3. That's -4/3. Where does it cross the y-axis? It crosses at -1, so we have -1. In our next example, which of these equations is shown in the graph? Well, when I look at this, the slope is 0. So that means it's going to be 0x. Where does it cross the y-axis? It crosses at -4. So we've got y equals 0x minus 4. 0 times x is basically like nothing. So we will have A for our answer. So there's our slope, change in y over change in x. It crosses there, so we've got 0x plus -4 or -4, which is A. This graph shows the distance remaining to complete a tunnel. Write an equation that represents the distance y in feet remaining after x months. How much time does it take to complete the tunnel? So you can see right here that when they started at no months, they were 3,500 feet remaining on that tunnel. In 4 months, they still had 1,500 feet left. So one of the things that we should be able to do is we should be able to find the slope. So the slope means that we went down down 2,000 over 4. So 2,000 over 4 is negative 500. So that's the slope. Where did it cross the y-axis? It crossed right here at 3,500. So our equation then will be negative 500x plus 3,500. How much time did it take to complete the tunnel? So if my tunnel y is 0, if that is 0, how do I get this? So when I substitute that in, I can go something like this, y equals negative 500x plus 3,500. Substitute that 0 in, because we're looking for that 0, and you can see right here, we're then going to subtract 3,500 and then divide by negative 500, we will get x equals 7. And in our graph, you can see that x equals 7. So what does that mean? It means it will take 7 months to complete the tunnel if the tunnel was 3,500 and our slope is 500. And it looks like you can see down 500 over 1, down 500 over 1. Write an equation of the line that passes through 0, 5 and 4, 5. We can take y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I'm going to take and substitute in 5 minus 5 minus over 4 minus 0. So this is 0 over 4. So that means that I have no slope. So I've got y equals 0x. Where does it cross the y-axis? That means x is 0. I can see right here that that is the case. So we have y equals 5 in that problem. So for a line that has been graphed in a coordinate plane, you can write the equation by doing what? You can find the slope and you can find the y-intercept, and then you should be able to graph it. So again, if they give you the slope, that goes y equals mx, m is the slope, plus b, b is the y-intercept. You should be able to find the slope of the 2 points, and you should be able to see where it crosses the y-intercept. Again, what I would try to do if I were you is to try to work on the 13.6 practice page. Make sure you check your answers, and then you could also do some of the odd problems in the textbook if you're looking for more problems to do. Those answers are in the back of the book. Again, we are not going to be doing lesson 13.7 on point slope form. So the next step that you may want to be able to do is to do the end of chapter quiz that is in the textbook. It's also on my Canvas page. I have answers posted for that. There is a chapter review that you could also do with answers. And then I have the textbook practice test and answers. And then I also have our normal practice test with my answers and shown work. Again, if there's anything that I can do to help you, please let me know. Shoot me an email. Know that I also have office hours from 1 to 2 on Tuesday and Thursday, which I would be happy to answer questions, but I will answer any of your questions via email anytime you have them. I look forward to talking to you next week, and have a great week. Stay safe.